What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James, talking to you today about the crypto news. In particular, Bitcoin is obviously retracing. That is in large part down to the futures that closes tomorrow, effectively. So we're going to go into that along with big news via the SEC and Crypto.com. So before I do, as always, I update the spreadsheet. These are the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel that I thought would crash it in this cycle. Had you invested $100 into each one, you were still holding the bags. As of right now, they'd be valued at $66,500. Add a new 2,600, and you'd be sitting on 69,100. Obviously been a market retrace. I've held them all, I've closed positions on them all, and I've reinvested that money into new cryptos. And if you want to see what I'm in, you can check out Copy My Crypto. It's where I share my portfolio, one that keeps outperforming the market. And I keep banging on about this, and I will continue to bang on about this. There will be a bear market. If this is your first cycle, trust me, this does not carry on forever and ever. And when the bear cycle kicks in, 70% retracements within a fortnight, historically. That's brutal. So bank profits along the way. That's what I do. And make no mistake about it, the bear cycle is the very best time to get into the market. The bear cycle is an opportunity of a lifetime. Coins will be hugely undervalued. All I do during bear cycles is find the coins that are massively undervalued, and I'll be sharing them with the Copy My Crypto members, finding those ones that are 20, 40, 50, 100, 200 times undervalued. You know, Phantom, found that in a bear cycle, 400 times up from when I found it. So $2.5 grand investment would have been $1 million. And at points, obviously, that's been up like 650 times in value. But yeah, so check it out there. Anyway, it's probably going to be our first red week in a while. So Bitcoin, we'll talk about Bitcoin before anything else. So right now we've got November 19th expiry for Bitcoin futures. So there are 4 scenarios. If it lands between 58 and 60 grand, the net result is going to be about $220 million that go towards the people that were bearish on the cycle, that did put options. If it's between 60,000 and 62,000, then the net result is about 60 million favoring the bears. 62 to 64k, net result of 70 million favoring the bulls, and anything north of 64 grand is about 175 million favoring the bulls. Bears are winning this, make no mistake about it. We got 24 hours. I can't see it, Bitcoin rallying above 62, which it needs to for the bulls to win. So anywhere, the most likely event is between 58 and 60,000. As of right now, obviously it could land here, but either way, either of these 2 scenarios, and the bears will win. But this is probably the last biggest shakeout before all of a sudden we see a rally like mad. So potentially this is one of the few last opportunities to strengthen your positions, I guess, before a real run is coming. Now, goddamn, Staples Center, renamed, no longer the Staples Center, Crypto.com Arena. Huge. They've paid $700 million for the naming rights. Home of the Lakers, the Clippers, Kings, and Sparks. Now known as Crypto.com. Make no mistake about it, that is a big bloody move, and that continues to be something that is pushing the price of Crypto.com. You know, when you realize in the last month or so, they've done that. They got Matt Damon to be the guy on the advertising. I said this when this came out, when we saw Matt Damon, that that's going to rally the price like mad. And look at it. Look at it. It's absolutely flying. This is what good marketing and good advertising does for a crypto. And they're doing things right. You know, make no mistake about it. Staples Center, worldwide, known worldwide. The amount of WWE pay-per-views they have there, the amount of sporting events that are held there, that now every time any of these people go to a sporting event, and welcome to the Crypto.com Arena, It's ridiculous. This is a huge, huge move by them. And along with that, Damon being the front of the company, or the face now for the adverts, they are looking to be a global name, and they already are starting to be, if not already there. But that is big, big ballsy moves. You got to respect it. Got to respect it. And it's going to do a lot for. Well, it already has done a lot for the price. Already has done a lot for the price, but it's only going to continue. I mean, I thought $1 was sort of the peak. I believe I said that I thought it would hit, but it could run faster. It could run more than that now with what they've been doing. Really impressive. That's what big moves do. You've got to respect it. You tip your hat, as it were. So yeah, fair play. And in the last piece of news, the SEC continue to be a pain in the neck for crypto firms. SEC is probing BlockFi. You might be familiar with BlockFi. BlockFi is basically where you can get pretty high yields because they lend out your Bitcoin or your Ethereum or your USDC. They've got high yield interest bearing accounts. The SEC obviously has a problem with this. They've not accused any BlockFi of any wrongdoing as of yet, but I'm sure they'll find a reason. They're basically looking at any crypto firm that is going to be offering high yields. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see multiple other firms on their radar and being subpoenaed over the coming months. They have already sent subpoenas and requests for information to dozens of crypto firms. Their biggest focus appears to be that they are starting that focus more than anything on those not CBDCs, but those stable coins. And yeah, we're seeing it in action, we're seeing it play out. You know, the donor set, again, this is a Bloomberg article, but it's the same principle. And it's not the end of the world, because they were always going to start attacking these, because, you know, you have to, to be fair, you have to respect the fact that some of these aren't backed by much. You know, you look at Tether. What is Tether backed by? And 50% of it, about 50% they estimated, was debt, effectively. So, you know, this was always going to come, but presumably this is coming in coordination with an inevitable CBDC. I'm not a fan of the idea of a CBDC at all, but it certainly has an impact upon whichever crypto that it's built upon. It's certainly going to have an impact on overall interest rates in the market, and it is certainly going to have an impact on inflation. And there are problems there within, so it's going to be interesting to see how it plays. But yeah, SEC being gits, bears looking like they're going to win on the futures, and yeah, and crypto.com making moves. So yeah, it's an interesting day. But that's it from me. Just doing a quick news update. Hope you're all keeping well. If you're new to crypto, you can check out Copy My Crypto. It's where I share my portfolio. One that keeps outperforming the market, and one where the gains are set to be enormous. My biggest holdings are primed to explode. If you want to be a part of it, check it out. But the bear cycle, guys, the bear cycle, which will come, and everything will crash. Everything will be undervalued, and you find those gems that you know are going to succeed, and that's your retirement investments. And that's all I'm going to be doing during the bear cycle, is sharing that with Copy My Crypto members, so you can be a part of it. Take care.